Hi, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and talk about the emerging trends in HR, especially with respect to technology. Let's first talk about the elephant in the room, COVID-19. I think this is one of the most disruptive and also the most defining time of our lives ever. When we look back in history, I think we are forever going to think of our lives in terms of before COVID 19, during COVID 19, and hopefully at some point soon, we will also be talking about after COVID 19. I honestly cannot think of anything else that has caused such utter disruption in every aspect of human life and at such speed. I mean, it was just yesterday, a few months back, I think it was December, if I'm not wrong, when we heard of the first reported case out of China. And today, end of April or beginning May, more than one third of the world is in lockdown. I mean, that's the speed at which this virus has spread. And honestly, it is something that we humans cannot even imagine, forget about, deal with. And the worst thing is there is no precedence. There is absolutely no precedence. There is no rule book that tells us how to deal with it, how to react, how to shut down an economy, how to shut down a business, how to open it up, how to keep people safe. So, in such times when there is so much of unknown, the only thing we can do is really pull together our collective knowledge, our collective resources, and work with the facts. Facts have to become our best friend in a crisis. Facts is the only thing that we can depend on to help us navigate through this crisis. So let's look at a few of the facts that we do know of. First of all, we do know that whatever we plan in terms of the new norm has to be a plan that pretty much covers at least 1 or 2 years, the next 1 or 2 years. The problem is not going to go away post the lockdown. The problem is not going to go away in a few months, 2 to 3 months. The virus is here to stay, not just until we have found a vaccine, but until that vaccine is available. You have around 9 billion vaccines available in the world for each one of us to take it and build our immunity against the virus. So we are thinking of, some people say 1 year, some people say 2 years. I would say if you're building your new normal plan, think of a 2 year horizon and plan for it, because it's better to be safe than sorry. We do know that the virus does not discriminate. It does not care whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're old, whether you're young, what your gender is, whether you're famous or not. It just doesn't care. The virus treats us all in a strange way, in a very equal manner. So any one of us, all of us are vulnerable. Any one of us can get this, and we have to be prepared. We have to plan for that. Third, we do know that there are a few measures. Scientists, data has shown that there are a few measures that can help us stay safe. Physical distancing, minimum 6 feet apart, wearing masks, washing our hands. The only thing that actually kills the virus, or at least destroys the membrane around the virus, the lipid membrane around the virus, thereby killing the virus, is soap. Good old soap to our rescue. So we do know these facts, and these are what we have to use right now to figure out how we behave, how we live the next few years, the next 1 or 2 years, and this will determine what our new normal is. Now, this, I think, is step one for everyone, be it whether you're government, be it an industry, be it a parent, be it a citizen. This is step one. You have to hit the pause button and figure out what are those changes that you're going to make, how are you going to make them, how are you going to sustain that lifestyle for the next 1 year or 2 year time frame, whatever is needed, right? This is going to be absolutely critical. We all have to change, we all have to adapt to survive. And especially when you're talking about businesses and you're talking about countries, the countries and companies that are going to emerge stronger from this crisis are not the ones that's the richest or that's the strongest, but are the ones that are going to be able to adapt to this change the fastest. So adapting, agility with which you adapt to the change is absolutely going to be critical. And that's my key message to all businesses. This crisis has thrown, on one hand, it's thrown a huge challenge at us. And on the other hand, it's giving us a tremendous, never before opportunity to reinvent. I mean, as Dickens said, this is the best of times, and this is also the worst of times. On one hand, we are living through the hardest period of our lives, the most difficult period of our lives till now. And on the other hand, this crisis is also bringing out in us, our spirit of innovation, our spirit of collaboration, resilience, more than anything else ever has. So we have a huge opportunity ahead of us to figure out, how do we emerge of this opportunity? How do we adapt and emerge out of this crisis even more stronger and more resilient than we were earlier? And it absolutely can happen. I mean, take the example of India's mega IT industry, 4.35 million people. Who would have thought that this IT industry, in a matter of just 2 or 3 days, would be able to move from a completely 100% on-site model to a 90 or 95% work from home model with such efficiency? Yes, there were challenges, there were hardships, but the industry realized that this had to be done. Once the lockdown was announced, we knew that there was no other way out. It had to be done to keep our employees safe and for the sake of our business, to continue with our business. So it got together, the industry got together with NASSCOM, we rallied around, we worked with every single state government, center government, and in a matter of 3 to 4 days, the industry had moved more than 90% of employees to their homes with assets, and business was continuing with higher productivity and with tremendous praise from our global clients. So yes, change is difficult, but it is not impossible. It is absolutely possible. And if I have one advice for companies, never waste a crisis. Absolutely do not waste this crisis. This crisis is hard, it's challenging us, it's testing us to our limits. But if we can think through how we leverage the opportunity that it's throwing up to go digital, to be more productive, etc., we can emerge definitely stronger from this crisis. And I think that's the key objective, that's the key goal, or that's the key priority that's facing every single business today. We have to make technology our best friend in this journey. Technology has been around for years and years, and we've been talking about digital transformation for years and years. And as Satya Nadella so beautifully put it, the world has seen 2 years of digital transformation in just these last 2 months. I think COVID-19 has done much more to get the digital transformation going and making it a reality than anything else has. So businesses have to figure out how to leverage technology and how to use technology in order to reinvent. And this is where the role of HR becomes extremely important. I believe HR managers have to step up and play a lead role, work shoulder to shoulder with the business leaders to figure out how do we reinvent the business and what is the new normal for the business. HR absolutely has to play an incredibly important role in shaping this new normal. It is critical. The priority for HR has to change a bit. In this situation, priority one has to be business continuity, because without the business, everything else will fall apart. We have to think through, how do we maintain business continuity? What needs to change? How do we become more efficient? How do we become more effective? And HR has a huge role to play here, because a lot of this will depend on our ability to create a new work model, be it work from home or be it a blended model. I honestly don't think the IT industry will ever go back to a 100% on-site model ever again. We will, at best, We will emerge as a blended model where a certain percentage is working from home and a certain percentage is going to be working from office. That's the new reality. How, in this kind of a reality, how do you manage the workforce? How do you manage work? How do you manage employee engagement? How do you manage employee connectivity? I think these are all the questions that HR has to think through. You know, in the past, I have always said that HR's success depends on their ability to use technology. If I had to rephrase that statement today, I would say that HR survival depends on their ability to use technology. HR in today's scenario cannot do their work without the use of technology, period. Be it the use of data analytics for workforce modeling, for planning your remote workforce, the mix of remote workforce and the mix of on-site workforce, for figuring out the new rules of engagement, not just for the remote workforce, but even those employees who are on site, for figuring out remote work safety issues, security issues, for figuring out how do you keep connected with employees when they're all sitting in their homes and working, and continue to engage them productively, continue to keep their morale high. How do you communicate in this kind of a blended environment? HR cannot do its work without technology. And in today's world, it is so important for HR to embrace, not just embrace technology. I mean, you have to integrate technology into everything you do. Your survival depends on it. Our survival depends on it. Business survival depends on it. And this is going to be so important. I mean, as we create the new normal, and as we look at how businesses are going to cope during the COVID world and after, hopefully after the COVID world at some point soon, um, I think the role of HR and how HR transforms with the use of technology is going to be so critical for all of us. You know, show me an HR manager who is a data analyst, and I will show you $1 million dream come true. It is going to be so important for all of us. So my request to all the HR heads, HR professionals, managers, don't waste this crisis for yourselves too. Seize this opportunity to reinvent, because you are going to emerge from this crisis much stronger if you are able to embrace technology and use technology to make a difference to the business and to their employees. So with that, thank you very much, everyone. And it was a great pleasure talking to you.